The summer of 542. 5,000 corpses a day, stacked in towers, dumped into the sea, rotting in homes no one dared enter. For 1,500 years, no one could prove what killed half the Byzantine Empire. Until now. The streets of Constantinople became a graveyard. Procopius, forced to witness the disaster, wrote of bodies abandoned in homes, left to rot where they fell. The air thickened with the stench of decay. 5,000 dead each day, so many that the living could not keep up. Corpses stacked in makeshift towers, piled in carts, dumped into the sea. Churchyards filled, so mass graves were dug beyond the city walls, but even those overflowed. Workers, desperate and numb, shoveled quicklime over bodies to slow the rot. John of Ephesus described the city as ruined, the air poisoned, the living too afraid to walk the streets. Priests gave up on last rites. The wailing of families faded into silence as entire households vanished. Constantinople, the empire's beating heart, was reduced to a city of the dead. The scale of loss was so vast that even the chroniclers struggled to find words strong enough to hold it. At the very moment the empire gleamed brightest, its greatest vulnerability lay hidden in plain sight. The Hagia Sophia, finished in 537, soared above Constantinople, a monument to divine order and imperial ambition. But beneath its golden dome, the city's lifeblood pulsed through a fragile artery, the grain fleets from Egypt. Every autumn, hundreds of ships loaded with Nile Delta wheat slipped out of Pelusium, bound for the imperial granaries. These convoys carried not only food for 500,000 mouths, but also stowaways, black rats nesting deep in the holds, their fleas teeming with invisible danger. The logistics were a marvel of organization, flat-bottomed carracks, each with dozens of sailors and soldiers, docking at the Kontos harbour. Grain poured into vast warehouses, feeding the city's dense, crowded quarters. But the same network that kept Constantinople alive also made it a perfect trap. In the words of John of Ephesus, the sick fell where they stood, fever, delirium, and the sudden eruption of hard, swollen buboes in the neck and groin. These classic symptoms, described in chilling detail, swept through the population with terrifying speed. Prosperity had built a city where disease could spread unchecked, and the very arteries of trade became the veins of death. Across the empire, the numbers defy comprehension. Modern demographic models, piecing together burial counts and harvest records, estimate that between 25 million and 50 million people died in the waves that followed 541. This was not a single, isolated catastrophe. The plague struck, retreated, and struck again, each return stripping away more of the population, leaving villages abandoned and fields untended. The imperial tax registers, once swollen with names, shrank as entire households disappeared. Labour shortages crippled the grain supply, and the army's ranks thinned until campaigns in Italy stalled for lack of fresh recruits. Justinian's grand project to reclaim the West faltered, not from enemy swords, but from a force that could not be fought. The state's machinery, so formidable in peacetime, struggled to fill the gaps left by the dead. Chroniclers could only guess at the true cost, but the scale of loss was enough to shake the foundations of an empire. For decades, the cause of the Justinianic Plague hovered between rumour and inference. Historians pored over Procopius's fevered descriptions and John of Ephesus's haunted lines, but the physical proof always seemed just out of reach. Ancient DNA tests in Western Europe, Augsburg, London, Brittany had revealed yersinia pestis, But those burial sites lay more than 2,000 kilometers from the empire's heart. The pandemic's epicenter, the Eastern Mediterranean, remained silent. Skeptics pointed to the absence of direct evidence, no plague genomes from the empire's own soil, no molecular signature from its devastated provinces. The question lingered in scholarly debate: could a pandemic so immense leave no biological trace in the East? Paleogenomic teams insisted that distance mattered. DNA degrades over centuries, and the leap from Western graves to the Byzantine core was too great to close with inference alone. Without a genome from the heartland, the story of the plague's true reach was still incomplete. The discovery began with a patch of disturbed earth beneath the ancient Roman hippodrome at Jerash, Jordan. Archaeologists, scraping back layers of dust and collapsed masonry, uncovered a rectangular chamber, stone walls pressed tight against a dense tangle of human remains. The grave's architecture spoke of haste and crisis, bodies stacked in rows, some crouched in corners, all sealed beneath a layer of compacted sand and clay. Charcoal fragments and broken pottery pressed into the fill offered the first clues. Radiocarbon tests on the charcoal clustered between 540 and 580 CE, a window that matched the written accounts of plague. Coins bearing the image of Emperor Maurice and a Byzantine fibula, identical to finds from Petra and Qais, pinned the burial to the mid-6th century. Each layer of sediment, each artifact, narrowed the timeline, pointing to a single catastrophic event. The field team logged, photographed, and mapped the grave with forensic precision, knowing that what lay beneath might finally answer a question that had haunted historians for generations. Inside the sterile lab at the University of South Florida, the ancient teeth from Jerash were ground to powder beneath ultraviolet filtered hoods. Ray's Jiang and Greg O'Corry Crow led the team, gloves tight, every surface swabbed for contamination. DNA fragments, some no longer than a sentence on parchment, were captured and sequenced using hybrid capture whole genome shotgun methods. 5 of the 8 teeth yielded the same signal: Yersinia pestis, the bacterium of plague. Each genome carried the unmistakable C to T damage pattern of ancient DNA, ruling out modern intrusion. The 5 positive samples clustered together, with no variation and no sign of multiple outbreaks. This was a single catastrophic event. The results, published in Genes in July 2025, closed the case. The Jerash strain matched those from the pandemic's western edge, confirming the same killer moved swiftly across the empire. For the first time, the ghost in the grave had a name, and the evidence was undeniable. Procopius described corpses rotting in silence, and John of Ephesus counted the uncountable dead. In 2025, DNA unmasks Yersinia pestis. The same pathogen still kills. History's darkest shadows have not vanished.